Christian Levin também falou sobre veículos elétricos a bateria e sobre a migração de veículos tradicionais para estes novos modelos de mobilidade. Essa migração, segundo ele, vai muito além de passar só de uma tecnologia para outra. É mudar todo um sistema e depende da decisão dos legisladores.
Scania says that the battery electric vehicles, the BEV or BEV, are the most efficient solution for long-haul transport. But we know that here in Brazil we have a serious problem of infrastructure in the highways, etc. So how does Scania intend to implement this kind of technology here in Brazil if we are totally deficient of infrastructure to sustain it?
So to move to battery electric vehicles is not just to move to a new vehicle technology. It is to change an entire system. You have to think of this as moving from the horse and the carriage over to combustion engine trucks. So it is huge, and I cannot underline how complicated it is. So that if we would decide that we start mass production of trucks here in Brazil, it would not help a bit, because you have to have a buyer that sees a business case, you have to have charging infrastructure, that has to be sustained by a very solid grid, and of course deep down you have to have supply of green electricity. And all of this have to come into place more or less at the same time. Very few countries in the world manage that right now. China manages that in an amazingly strong way, but we see inside Europe where only 1.8% of all new trucks in 2025 were registered as electric. 1.8%. The target for Europe was more than 10. But you have certain markets like Switzerland or Norway, Sweden is getting there, where you start to come towards 10, showing it's possible. But you have to change the whole system. And that would be also the lessons learned for Brazil. For Brazil to really go down and massively scale battery electric trucks, which eventually is the most efficient technology, just because the battery electric engine is super efficient. It's going to take massive investments, and it's going to take a lot of time. And my argument is then, let's do that, let's start to walk down that way, but small scale. And in the meantime, let's use the scarce resources to decarbonize the way it goes faster, more efficiently, and that is through biofuels. So how we do specifically is that we invest, of course, in battery electric knowledge, partnerships here in Brazil, but we do not see the volumes coming, not at least in the coming years. So in the meantime, we go massively for the alternatives based on the agro sector and the biofuels. So we do, you can say we pursue a dual strategy where the market in the end will have to decide. But we are pretty convinced for Brazil that short term biofuels will give much higher effect and better business.
We're not going to see the battery dream happening in nearly 20 years maybe?
Oh, I cannot judge what will happen in 20 years. I see that many ingredients are in place in Brazil. Look at the green electricity available. I mean, that's amazing. That's top of the world. I do not see a grid. I know that building a grid takes time and costs a lot of money, but of course if that is made a priority. The most crucial part is, however, that, and we're talking business here, it's that our customer invest in a tool, in a machine that should give them return. Meaning that the ultimate test is whether or not that truck or bus will generate a lower total cost per kilometer over time than the one who is driven with fossil or potentially biodiesel or biogas. That's the $1 million question. And that depends very much on policymaker decisions.